Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to use READsquared in order to log your winter reading program minutes for children and for preschoolers. First thing you have to do is sign up if you don't already have an account. So we're going to click register now. And let's say that you have a preschooler. So we're going to first make an adult account so that you have a parent account that you can use in order to keep track of things. After you have entered all of your information, so your name, your email address, and your chosen username and password, go ahead and click continue. And it's going to ask you for information about your child. So pick how old your child is. Our child's in preschool, so we're going to make them 3. And we want to sign them up for the pre-K Cool Reads program. And then you just fill this out the same way that you did for your account. The only difference is you don't need to add a username and password for your child because you already have them on your account. And since you're the one who's going to be logging in to log in books and not your 2-year-old, you can just do it all under your own account. So let's add your child's information and then continue. Okay, we are going to continue because we have a second child. And this child is a little bit older. This is an 8-year-old. And we want to pick for this child the Kids Cool Reads 2020 and 2021. It's a slightly different program that's more suitable for their age level. And once again, we just have to fill out the first name and your email address. And that's all the kids that we have. So let's click on Done Adding Children. Okay, and this is going to show that you have registered for the program. So let's close and take a look over here at the Family Members tab. As you can see, we are under Adult Reader because you are not only the parent, you are the parent account. So if you want to change to your different readers, this is your toddler and this is your grade schooler. Let's click on the toddler right now. Okay, now that we're on your toddler section, we can go through the menu on the side here and also along the top. So the first thing you're probably going to want to learn how to do is how to log the reading. So to do that, you just click on Log Reading. And because we're in the preschooler section, you want to log the number of books. You can add a book title and an author if you want to keep track of them. However, you don't have to. This is an entirely optional section. But you want to make sure that your child reader is selected in this category. You don't need to be selected because you're not participating in this program, just your children are. So we've made sure that our child reader is selected here, and we're going to hit submit. And see, we saved your activity. You have earned 1 point. Because this is a 100 book program for preschoolers, each book is worth 1 point. When you read 20 books, then you will get 20 points, and you will earn this badge right here that says you've read 20 books. See how this one is colorful and this one isn't? That's because you haven't earned this badge yet. But once you've read 20 books, this is going to turn colors, and that's how you know that you have read for this amount. Also, you can take a look up here where it shows that you have 1 point because you read 1 book, you have earned 1 point overall, and you are 1% of the way through the program. If you are trying to keep track of which books you read that you really liked, then you can go back and look over everything you've already logged by clicking on the logging history. And this is just going to show that we read 1 book because I didn't add a title or an author. But if you wanted to do that, you could just go over here and click change, and it would show the book title and the author. If you want to go back home, you can just click the home button up here on the upper left-hand corner. Now that we're back on the home screen, another good thing to learn about is our missions tab. and missions are not required in order to finish the reading program. Instead, for the pre-K program specifically, they are a supplemental material. So let's click on missions, and you can see we have an artists, builders, and explorers sets of missions. And what they are is basically fun activities that you can do with your child that are not related to books and reading, but instead are related to some sort of physical activity. And you can choose to do these in place of reading a couple of books if you want. So let's take a look at the little artists section. And see, there are 5 different missions, like making a polar bear out of dough, painting with ice cubes, all kinds of fun things that you can do with your toddler that, again, you don't have to do this to finish the program, but if you want to, you can count it instead of the books. And going back to the missions page, you can see that this is grayed out right now because nothing has been completed. However, like with the badges on the main login page, once you complete this, you're going to have a colorized badge, and that'll show that you finished this section. So we're going to X out, and let's head over to the prize store. Once you have reached certain thresholds and read a certain number of books and gotten the points for that, you can use those points to pick out books that you can pick up at the library once the program is done. So let's go over to the prize store and take a look. So this is saying that the prizes will be available for pickup the week of February 22nd, 2021. So after the program is over. If you want to take a look, you can buy prizes. We can't afford any prizes right now because we only have 1 book, but we can see what's available for offer. Okay, so this will tell you how many points you have available and how to get more points. And then you will see the title, the author, and the price of each of the books. So this one costs 50 points. So after you've read 50 points or done a combination of books and missions, you can just click on this to buy the prize. And when you do that, a librarian at the library will pull that book out of the stack and set it aside for you so that at the end, it will be available for you to pick up. And if you're interested in seeing what other books are available, you can always just take a look at the prize section. And if you want to navigate along these buttons up on the top, that's totally fine. The same ones exist over on the sideboard here. And as you can see, they correlate to these buttons. So navigation's about the same. So let's move over to our 8-year-old who's participating in the kids program, which is the school age program rather than the preschool one. It's set up very, very similarly. The main difference is that the grade school kids are reading by hours and they're recording the minutes rather than the number of books. So when you go to log the books, you click on minutes, and if you read for an hour and a half, you read for 90 minutes, and you can add the book title and the author here, just like in the preschool program, but once again, it's not required. So you just click submit, and you have earned 90 points because you read for 90 minutes. But see, because that wasn't quite enough to get a badge, this badge for 3 hours is still grayed out. Once you've read for the full 3 hours, you'll get your first badge, and it'll be colorized just like this one. Once again, you can move over to the prize store and take a look at what types of prizes you can get. And it's a lot of the same books, but if you scroll down, there will be books that'll be closer to your child's reading level if they are a little bit older. And a lot of these books are a little bit more expensive, but that correlates with the badges as well. So let's look over here at their missions. And over here we have the missions. There are a bunch of them, but if you remember, the missions for the toddler section all had about 5 in there, and these are only 1. So it's a similar number of missions that you can do. Unlike in the preschool program, these are completely optional. You can't do a mission instead of reading books for points. These are just for fun. So let's click on the first one, and it's have a game night. which that's fun. So it's things like that. And if you want to get out of this, just hit the X's, and this will take you back to your main page. If you want to get back to the page with all of the buttons on it, just click on Dashboard, and it'll reset back to here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this tutorial on how to use READsquared for the Children's Winter Reading Program for 2020 and 2021. If you have any questions, please let us know. Send us an email at youthservices@rosellepld.org or give us a call at the library. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day.